This is the United Uprising channel. Welcome to today's show. I wanted to do a video on this topic because a lot of people are talking about Oprah Winfrey's appearance at the Golden Globes this year. I covered the Golden Globes. If you didn't see that video, you should definitely check it out. But Oprah appeared at the Golden Globes, and a lot of people didn't recognize Oprah. A lot of people said, is that Oprah? Is that Oprah Winfrey? Has Oprah Winfrey changed her skin complexion? Has Oprah Winfrey lost weight, gained weight? Is she doing Weight Watchers again? But what people don't realize is there are actual clones of these people out among us. Now, that notion might sound crazy to you. It sounds crazy to you because they've trained your brain to think that cloning isn't real, even though at the same time they tell us and show us this stuff in movies all the time. Even the notion of cloning being real, nobody would really ever think much of it. Nobody's walking around every day going, hey, I wonder if there was 5 of that guy or 10 of that guy, what the world would be like, right? They've planted those seeds in our heads through movies like Multiplicity, and we've seen cloning in movies forever. That's done by design to make us dismiss the notion of it actually being real, when really nobody's even really thought about it actually existing. Now, they do these things for lots of reasons, including universal law, having to reveal truths to us right in front of our faces, but it's the way that they twist these truths into what they call fiction, when the reality is there's more truth in fiction than there is on the actual news. So the reason I'm covering this and what I'm getting at is a lot of people looked at Oprah and didn't think Oprah was real. So Oprah is actually trending in a sense because there's tons of people out there talking about it, including over on the website where The More Power, who's a great subscriber over on the website, who shares a lot of great stuff, shared some images of Oprah where you could clearly see, and so did Early Girl, another subscriber, where you could see potential doppelgangers of Oprah. And I'll get to my point in a minute if you're wondering where I'm going with this, if I actually believe it's the real Oprah or not, was Oprah cloned or not. They're all cloned, okay? They're all cloned, right? Some people, like on the website, Early Girl believes maybe it's Diamond and Silk, somebody who passed away who's now playing the role of Oprah. But the reality is they have the technology to do this. They've told us this for centuries. They've told us this since even in the 80s they told us this. And there's even movies, black and white movies, that talk about the potential of cloning and transhumanism, etc. So one of the things that was actually out there trending, of course, because they have to always have this type of stuff, was Oprah limping on the red walk, barely able to walk, as you could see in this clip I'm about to play for you here.
Congratulations, Oprah! Congratulations, Oprah!
So Oprah was barely able to get by. Now, what people are taking out of this clip is some people are saying that that's Secret Service that's actually walking with Oprah because Oprah's under arrest. You see, that's one of the narratives that's out there, that people believe that all of these criminals are really under arrest and just saving face and being shown around public. You see, that's how they keep them down their rabbit hole to thinking that they're actually getting real truths with those islands, etc. So we're supposed to believe that Oprah was actually there under arrest. But the reality is that Oprah barely could walk in that clip, right? And if you look at some of the pictures that were even shared on the website, you could see the complexion of Oprah is even different. The hands are even different. And for those of you that don't know, if you don't know about this, Oprah actually had one of Oprah's clones on Oprah's own show. About 7 years ago, on the OWN network, Oprah Winfrey Network, which in reverse, the OWN is actually NWO. But that's just, that's another coincidence, right? I'm sure it is. Oprah, who since Maui, we hadn't heard much from her, but Maui was pretty recent. Oprah has this clip from 7 years ago where Oprah actually has what they're calling her doppelganger on the show. And listen to some of the awkward dialogue between the two. It's almost as if she's lecturing her clone or telling her clone, hey, you have the wrong current hairstyle of mine to be out there in the public. Well, you can take it however you want. Just a little bit strange. Here's Oprah with the cloned doppelganger, whatever you want to call this thing.
Curl your hair.
Is that the joke?
You do look a lot alike. That's right. There, see in the monitor? See? Good.
Okay.
You need
yeah.
Curl your hair. How old are you? How old are you?
52.
52. Oh. Yeah. Okay, you got to curl your hair. You got to curl your hair because curly's the way to go these days.
I thought you were going back.
I go back some days. It depends upon what I'm wearing. Like, I probably should have worn it straight today because when you have other stuff around, the curly's not as good. But Quincy Jones called me, Quincy, my dear friend, called me the other night and he goes, I got one thing to say to you, baby. Keep it curly. Do you get stopped a lot, asked if you're me?
Constantly.
Constantly.
Constantly. I live in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, really? Okay. It's so hysterical.
I'm a flight attendant.
Uh-huh. So what, because they think I would just be on the flight or what? For what airline? For what airline?
United. Everybody's asking me for cars.
For cars.
Everybody.
Tell them you're fresh out.
It's fun.
It's
having
fun.
A ball. I'm having a ball.
Good. Use it. Curl your hair.
So there's some innuendos in there that Oprah's hinting at with this person that looks identical. The audience was taken aback. You could hear the audience groaning. The woman next to Oprah could not stop laughing about all of this stuff. And then Oprah continually lectures about her changing her hair, almost like she's offended that this woman doesn't have the same hairstyle as Oprah. I mean, I guess that's how you would talk to a clone if you actually met one of your clones right now. Obviously, she knows all her clones and met all her clones. They probably meet them all and talk to them all. I don't know what the protocol is for these people with their clones. All I know is it's very clear that clones actually exist, okay? I've played the clips for you before. I'm not going to do it again. But I played them in my Taylor Swift videos where they actually, Bill Clinton talks about cloning, the potential of cloning, how they can clone. They have to do ethical cloning, right? We've heard stories about cloning of animals and everyone thinks they just stopped there and they never talk about it anymore because they just gave up on cloning. All these people who are famous have clones, and this is what happens to them. We could all see people like Kanye West, who clearly doesn't look or act like the same person that used to be rolled out in front of us. But once they build up all of this prominence with these people, they have social influence, so they don't want to get rid of these people. They want them to constantly be out there. Britney Spears is another one. So all they have to do is really get rid of the real model and then just the real person and then roll out all of these clone models. Now, to most people, this type of talk is just crazy conspiracy type talk because they can't wrap their heads around it. And the reason they dismiss it is, again, because they've been trained subconsciously throughout their lives to think that this type of stuff is crazy. Then they go, well, what's the purpose of having a clone of Oprah? Well, the purpose for the celebrities to have clones is that they're always here in case they malfunction or something goes wrong with them. They don't want to waste all the effort they put in. You think the effort in someone like Oprah is how much Oprah's worth? The effort is how much influence Oprah wields over the audience, okay? That's what's most important to them, the influence, because then Oprah or Dolly Parton or all these people can come on TV and they could tell you that you need to get a magic potion or you need to accept this community. That's the purpose of them. They hold more influence than any politician will hold. Otherwise, people wouldn't be influenced. They would just use natural, instead of manipulation and influence, they would just naturally reject all of these disgusting satanic things they push on us. But since they have their false idols that they worship, they need as many as possible. So I wanted to cover this just because I'm sure a lot of people hadn't seen that in the past with Oprah. And I have so many videos on the website of Oprah with, her school that she set up, which was really a front for you-know-what, which conveniently they have Oprah on a list now. But Oprah could still show up there. And, of course, people want to point a finger and say stuff about Oprah being currently under arrest. I don't understand how they could actually believe that they're under arrest but roaming freely because they don't want to blow the lid off of what's really going on. People love to hear that stuff. But the cloning thing is so legitimately real. It truly is. I mean, now, again, I don't know what the protocol is. I'm not on the inside. Does it sound like I'm CIA? Does it, if I was CIA, I probably wouldn't have 9,000 channels at this point, okay? So I don't know what the protocol is. Like, does Oprah meet them? Do they do this or that? But they're all among us, right? We see these things all over the place. So we see Taylor Swift with ones. A lot of people believe Dave Chappelle has a clone, right? Lamar Odom was someone I covered in the past. So many of these people. So to me, when you look at that, when that video is trending and people are going, Oprah doesn't look like Oprah at the Golden Globes, and people start going, well, is there a clone of Oprah? What people should see is this video. So that they should see that Oprah even had her doppelganger, which in reality, when you see that, you're like, oh, there's somebody showed up in the audience that looked just like Oprah. That was literally one of Oprah's clones at the time, 7 years ago, okay? And you could see by the awkward exchange, people see that and they're like, oh, yeah, wow, oh, okay. What are they talking? People don't even start to think about that dialogue. Like, wouldn't Oprah normally be like, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so great. Oh, you're better than I am. Why let people say that you're like me? I wish I could be like you. That's how Oprah usually presents itself, right? But in this case, Oprah was almost livid. Like, get your hair done. People are mistaking you for me, but you've got that hair, right? And you're on a plane. I mean, pretty incredible stuff if you actually start looking, because they show us. And that's what I mean, what's pretty incredible. Not the fact they have this technology, not just the fact they can get away with this stuff, but the fact that they show us this stuff always in the open. because that's how dumb the audience is. The woman next to her is laughing hysterically. Why is the woman laughing hysterically? Because the woman obviously knows what's going on. She looks behind her. Look at the looks that she gives to Oprah. I mean, she's giving looks to Oprah where she's pretty much just like, wow, I can't believe your audience out there actually isn't seeing what's going on. And they're all in the audience going, what? Whoa. As soon as the woman stood up, they started gasping because they were spot on identical matches. So I think one of the things we've also noticed in today's society, not just the stupidity, of course, and of course them labeling everything's a conspiracy, so you can't actually question anything without just getting labeled one. But one of the things I've noticed with a lot of the clones is their skin isn't matching up, right? So in some of the pictures that I showed you that were posted on the website by some of the subscribers over there, The More Power was one of them who I mentioned earlier, and Early Girl, they're posting some pictures of even celebrities that may have taken on new roles, et cetera, because a lot of people believe that as well. But look at the skin color. Look at the hands, right? They don't even look like the same fingers on Oprah. They don't even look like the same skin color on Oprah, right? The whole thing is just, you could look at it and break it down. I know people are like, oh, I don't want to really do that. But I mean, skin tone's a big thing because Kanye West, and I almost forgot to mention the biggest one of all probably, which is Jamie Foxx. And I've broken that down. They even have Jamie Foxx in that new cloning movie, which I've done a video on, which has been removed. That video is available on the website. The cloning movie that Jamie Foxx is in. I mean, how much more obvious could it be to you? Then you go look at Jamie Foxx, who was missing for a while, then got rolled back out. Well, where do you think they were? They reprogrammed these things. Jamie Foxx comes back. Jamie Foxx doesn't even look like the same person. And Jamie Foxx isn't even the same skin color anymore. Right? But again, these are all things they don't want you to think about. I guess the biggest notion with all of it is people are like, why would they need clones? They need clones because these people serve the most important purpose on the earth right now. The influencers. They influence behavior. They influence your thoughts without you even realizing it. They tell you what you should and shouldn't do. They shame you into doing things the government wants you to do. That is their role. So they need many of them too. Like, where are these? I do think these people are like, oh, I was in Rome yesterday, and this morning I'm in Australia, and tomorrow I'm going to be in Los Angeles, and then I'm going to be in China 4 days later, and then I'm going to be in Japan. I'm just going around touring for a movie. Like, it's not even physically possible for them to do some of this stuff if you go by the math that they give us on travel times, etc. But they're all over the place, right? So, interesting story. I wanted to cover it for anyone out there, specifically not for you to go, you could debunk and look at that all you want, or not debunk, but I mean, you could look at the picture of her, and obviously it does not really look like Oprah at the Golden Globes. But look at that video clip. Nobody ever talks about that Oprah meets her doppelganger video, which is just really eye-opening. It really is. And the most eye-opening thing isn't even the resemblance. It's the way that Oprah talks to her. Oprah talks to that supposed woman, that supposed doppelganger, as if it's like an employee of Oprah. Oprah's disappointed in her clone. The clone doesn't have the current hairstyle up to date, right? Oh, boy. Stuff's always right in front of us, folks. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Obviously, a lot of this stuff, I know how people feel about it, but cloning is real. And if you don't believe me, go look at some of my other videos on cloning. I've covered it so many times. Many people have covered it so many times. Even just the clip of Bill Clinton talking about our government having the ability to clone. Somebody should see that and they should go, oh, okay. What do you think they did? They have the ability to clone. They tell you they have the ability to clone. And then all of a sudden they were like, we don't want to do it anymore. We're going to stop. Right? People are like, they just automatically take them for what they say. Like, oh, we care about the ethics of it. So, we'll pause that. When then we look at them, then you flip it over and everyone's like, these are the most wicked people on earth, whether it's conservative or Democratic leaders, right? They're all wicked and they're all doing this stuff and they have the technology to do it. They just, they want you to think that the notion of someone like Oprah having clones and all this stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Right after Oprah's name comes on a list, Oprah shows up at the Golden Globes, right out in the open. Can't even walk. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to it. So anyway, I wanted to do a video on it. I felt like ranting about it. Thought it was funny that a lot of people out there are even talking about it, but I bet a lot of people haven't seen that Doppelganger video. Lots of them. Lots of these people have clones, and a lot of the times they'll show up with them. And people will just be like, we look alike, don't we? Huh? Yeah, a little too much alike. And you're talking to the person as if it's as an employee of yours or, beneath you. Very interesting. I thank everyone for being here. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you as always, and your families.